Okay, so here we have the Transformers Universe Silverbolt figure, the Ultra Class, of course. So this is a kind of a remake of the G1 character who used to be a deluxe class toy. This Silverbolt is the leader of the aerial bots, and so yeah, here you have him in his jet mode. Here's his cannon. His name is Cannon. Hope you like him. So you can detach the cannon just by kind of popping it off like so. And grab back and pop it off. And there you have Silverbolt looking just a bit more stealthy, but it does kind of leave the front section open so it looks kind of blank. So you can also tell that this whole top section just looks like it could come apart from the bottom section right there. I mean, sometimes whenever I play with this guy, I just want to like pop that off and just like throw this guy like an airplane, just like. But yeah, this is a very similar thing that happened to the Deluxe Class Classic Starscream. Same concept. I mean, yeah, the whole entire top section and it looked like that on the bottom. So yeah, here you have his orange training wheels, randomly colored orange. I don't understand why they aren't just black, but whatever. It's Hasbro. Oh, silly Hasbro. So first, color scheme, you primarily have just gray and orange. You'll see some gray featured all over the top of the jet mode right there. I mean, just looking at it, you can tell all the gray. Then on the tip, you have a lighter gray and a more rubbery substance, which whenever you play with it, you kind of just want to make sound effects like doing a 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 doing. But yeah, it's very rubbery, so I was kind of surprised about that when I kind of played with this guy for the first time. You'll have some purple buttons right there and right there. Some translucent blue plastic feature on the windshield of the jet, on the cockpit, and the little sunroof on these little boosters right here, which are edged with orange. And speaking of orange, you'll also see that down here and on his training wheels. Now you also see some black text right there, which says Bolt 25, which also repeats on that side. And the black text out inside of this symbol right there, which says 25 and is outlined in black. This is outlined in silver, forming an M, which kind of reminds me of Mario. You see these random holes right here, which activate or are the origin of his light, or at least his sounds. And then lastly, you have this silver symbol on the tips of his wings. And if you can't tell, that kind of is reminiscent of the Elite Guard symbol, if you didn't notice that already. No one else has mentioned that, I'm pretty sure, so I thought I'd mention it already, since those lazy punks probably won't. So there you go. Very similar to the Elite Guard symbol. I mean, you have the usual Autobot symbol in the middle, with those kind of wings spreading out. Then you'll also see some silver just kind of outlining the rest of the jet, as you can see there. And silver sections right here and right here and right here. So this is a very neat figure with a very pretty cool color scheme, if that makes sense. Then of course you see some black down here, which I kind of neglected, but whatever. So his lights and sounds for this mode, you just activate by pressing this button right here. And when you press it, you'll get some lights and sounds. The lights are coming from the back here in the boosters, right here. So the first sound you'll get is, you heard that? Boom, 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 boom. The next one would be swoosh. And the next one would be, that's the noises you get, and you'll be happy with them. So overall, this is just a really great mode. I mean, I couldn't like it anymore. I mean, it is a bit plain, but nothing too bad. Of course, you can always reattach this little missile launcher right here, just by it through 2 pegs and 2 holes, like that, So yeah, overall great mode. I rate it a definite 8.5 out of 10. So I'd go pick it up. I mean, he's only $25, and it's definitely worth it. So, oh yeah, a size comparison, real quick, would be with Ironhide. There you go. As you can tell, Ironhide's just a bit just a little bit over half of Paraglide size. I mean, Silverbolt size. Ooh, you freaky Transformer! What were you doing? So, onto the transformation. First thing that I'll go ahead and do is remove this cannon right here. Set it to the side. The next thing we'll go ahead and do is grab the wings right here. Push them down. Then you'll go ahead and grab the front section. And fold it backwards like so. That will just fold easily. And if you can see that hook right there, I'm just going to go ahead and guess that it hooks into that hole right there. Let's see if it works. Oh my god, it worked. The next thing we can go ahead and do is fold down that landing gear and these two. Fold it in right there and then push it in fully until it snaps into place. We'll go ahead and lift out his arms like that and fold them out to the side because they are pegged into those holes. Then you'll go ahead and grab his legs right here, separate them, and bring them down. Like that. Rotate his legs and fold forward his feet while at the same time folding out his heel. Just like that. Then you can go ahead and... yeah, I'll do this first. You go ahead and push up on his waist and you get this cool little neat sequence right here. So once I pushed up on his waist, it actually popped out his head and you got a sweet little quick transformation noise along with light up green eyes. Next thing you can go ahead and do is lift down his arms, pop these out like this, and rotate his arms like that. Do the same on this side. And there you basically have Silverbolt fully transformed. So, as I mentioned earlier, Silverbolt is the leader of the aerial bots. So yes, he's the leader of the excuse me. He's the leader of the aerial bots, and something funny that I did happen to read on the back of his character description would be that he's actually afraid of heights. I mean, does that make much sense? He's a jet for his alternate mode, and he's afraid of heights. I mean, he has to fly in the air since he's a jet, and he's afraid of heights. Yeah, I don't really get that. And he's leader of the aerial bots, which I'd imagine when you're aerial, you must be pretty high in the sky. So yeah, I don't really understand Hasbro's logic behind that, but whatever. I mean, it's Hasbro. Silly Hasbro. So yeah, that's basically it. His color scheme is basically the same in this mode, except you'll see a bit more gold. Actually, a lot more gold, which you can see featured on his forehead, on his legs right there, and also on the sides of his arms, which is pretty neat. Then you have that somewhat small red Autobot symbol in the middle of his chest. So for his weapons, you can go ahead and take his missile launcher right here and place it in either hand. Of course, I'll place it in his right hand because I am right-handed, and Transformers can't really choose which hand they hold their gun in. So I'll go ahead and do it for them. So there you have his missile launcher right there. I mean, it's black and outlined with silver at the section right there. You can go ahead and fire it, which fires pretty strongly, I guess. And that's basically it for his missile launcher. Now for his stability, I mean, he's a kind of lanky figure at the legs, so it feels kind of funny when I'm trying to stand him up. But overall, he's just a really great figure. The plastic feels a bit different than usual, what I'm used to seeing these days. But whatever, it's not cheap, it's just different than everything else. When you like feel his legs, it feels kind of hollow because it actually is. I mean, look at that. The same thing with his arms, they're also hollow, so this is a pretty hollow figure. Pretty perfect for Halloween. But yeah, I mean, there he is. I don't really have a size comparison for you. Don't really think you need one. I mean, he's a standard ultra-sized figure for the Universe line. So yeah. Overall, I rate this mode a definite 9 out of 10, and if I didn't say it already, I rate the alternate mode an 8.5 out of 10. So, I mean, an 8 out of 10. So overall, this is an 8.5 out of 10 figure. So I would definitely pick him up. He's only $25, so I would go get him. He's definitely worth it, and he shouldn't be hard to find. So yeah, I mean, I've already looked. He doesn't have any sound effects or lights in his robot mode except for when you push up his waist and his head pops up. But yeah, that was kind of disappointing, but whatever. So before I go, I hope this has been a pretty short review for you guys. So before I go, I'd like to mention, check out my Twitter account at www.twitter.com/discguy4. I changed my username from UniverseTF to discguy4. I update it daily and regularly, so I'd go follow me, so then you know what I'm doing on the days when I can't go on the internet. The next thing you can go ahead and do is check out universetf.com for your daily Transformers news and reviews. We update it daily, especially with Stunt Prime 35 on the team, aka James Kirk. He's really good at that, so I'd also subscribe to him on YouTube. Search him up, Stunt Prime 35 on YouTube. Then lastly, you can go ahead and check out the TransformersMatrix.com at www.thetransformersmatrix.com for a weekly web show every Sunday from, I believe it to be 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you'll hear Stop Motion Jr., aka Patrick, and Sean Long, aka the Transformers Matrix, aka X Sean Long, or X Sean X Long X, aka XXX Sean X Long XXX. Yeah, those are all the names he's used, so you can go ahead and check that show out to hear their opinions on the latest Transformers news. And I believe that Heather also hosts that show, so you can go ahead and check out Heather, who happens to be Sean Long's lover. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.